Hello everyone, welcome to Heal Charm Shine. So what I'm doing now is, instead of making the regular tarot videos, which is more like an entertainment thing, we are starting this whole new series of videos where we are going to talk about techniques. So the spiritual solutions, or the spiritual or divination techniques, manifestation techniques that actually will help you manifest or achieve whatever you want, whatever you need. That is what we are going to focus on. So I requested all my clients to send me their success stories, what exactly helped them, which technique exactly helped them, what was their problem, and what happened afterwards. And they have sent me this, many of them. Like, I collected more, almost, actually more than 100 testimonies from my clients who have gotten success through these techniques. So what I'm going to do is, I'm going to read these success stories in, and I'm going to talk about the technique in every video. So that is what we are going to do now, so that you can directly start working on your own problems, on your whatever issues, whatever manifestations you're going through, whatever you want. We are going to start working on that. So what I'm doing is, I'm starting with my own success story first. So let's start with why tarot and how I got into this, right? How I got into the spiritual healing, or manifestation, and law of affirmation, law of assumption, law of like manifestation, everything. How I got into this, and what techniques helped me manifest my. I was trying to manifest marriage at that time. I was trying to manifest my life partner at that time. So, what helped me in that situation? So, if you know anything about me, if you have been on this channel, or if you have contacted me for a personal reading, you know that I have been through a lot of challenges in my relationship or in my marriage, which got me close to the spiritual healing things, divine techniques, and manifestation techniques, and self help, and all. I ended up going to a, the, what do you call it, a silent retreat, Vipassana silent retreat, which is a 100-day meditation course, where you go, sorry, 10 days meditation course, where you do 100 hours of meditation, which is Vipassana meditation. Now Vipassana meditation, actually, that is the meditation where you have to live like a monk for 10 days. So you have to take the silent vow, noble silent vow. You can't even gesture someone, you can't even try to get someone's attention. You have to keep on looking down at the ground, look at anyone. If someone comes in front of you, you can look at their feet. You have to be quiet, and you have to go within, completely go within. And that meditation actually got me connected with my, with that inner side in me, with my spirit guides, with that part or in me which was curious about spirituality, which got me into tarot, which got me into many other, study, detailed study about spiritualization. I wrote this book. This is my book. I hope you guys can see it. It is called as Silent Sensation Serenity, and I wrote this book. And this book is all about how I overcame a very big challenge in my own personal life. So I was married, and I went through a very difficult divorce, and that was heartbreaking, that was devastating. It not only devastated me mentally, but it also broke me physically. My body started breaking down. My knee was not performing well. I had got ACL tear. I had a lot of other medical issues. I was already dealing with PCOD, PCOS, and plus the heartbreak and stress of all that, the divorce and all. It put me into the worst time ever. I hit rock bottom, literally rock bottom. I was not working. I had no income. My marriage, my the person I thought that the person was the center of my universe at one point of time, betrayed me, and then we went through a very painful divorce. So my relationship was gone, and then also my health was completely giving up on me. My body was completely giving up on me. So in every way, in every aspect, health, wealth, relationship, everywhere, I hit rock bottom. And at that time, when I was completely broken, my mother suggested to go for Vipassana meditation, which would help me build my life again, right from within. And that is where I got introduced to the spiritual healing and spiritual study, which got me very much interested in everything related to spirituality. So, be it switch words, be it divine code, be it tarot, be it numerology, anything it is, Reiki, anything it is, I would love to study it, I would love to read it, and I would even preach about it, write about it. So, through my this book, I got so many people who came to me dealing with the same situation. So, they went through some kind of difficult heartbreak, and now they wanted someone to help them overcome the challenge. So I did that. I did connect with these people and I helped them out. And then through tarot, through YouTube, I met so many people who were interested in manifesting love. And at that time, I didn't had love in my life. I was single at that time. I was a person who was going through separation and divorce. So for me, it felt very hard to help others manifest love. And so, just to overcome that feeling of, why am I preaching others when I don't have it, just to overcome that, what I started doing is I started using those techniques for myself. And trust me, I had no hopes that it's going to work for me. Why? Because my clients, they had some or the other thing going well in their life. They maybe had a career, or they maybe were healthy, they maybe were attractive, everything, like something was good for them. But I felt horrible in every way possible. I used to encourage others, but from within I feel depleted, I feel empty, I felt like I had nothing to offer to someone. I felt like my life was completely done, over. I'm never going to find love. I'm never going to find someone who would love me the way I love that person. And I didn't have that confidence that I can ever find someone who would love me again. So what I did was, while writing this book, I actually, I believe that scripting writing is a spell work. It's magic. It's absolute. You can either believe that everything is magic or nothing is magic, right? And I'm one of those who believes everything is magic, especially when it comes to writing, scripting. When you like use words, it's spell work. It's magic. So when I was writing this book, every time I would remember like who I'm writing it for. It wasn't for an audience, it wasn't for money, it wasn't for to get famous or something. I was writing that book to find love. What I said while writing this book is that my future husband, my future love is will read this book, fall in love with me, and come and find me. That is what I said. I know it was absolutely crazy. It's crazy. It's like when I used to say that to the people close to me, like my mother, my sister, my aunt, they would consider me crazy. Like, okay, she has lost her mind. And I would say that, yeah, you have to, if you want to get into this manifestation stuff, maybe sometimes you get a bit of delulu, you get a bit of crazy. People will call you crazy, right? Because you're thinking about something which is not there, you're believing in something which is not there. That's faith, that's hope, that's the manifestation, right? So I did believe that. And what happened was, I wrote a letter that who this person is. So there is a writer's technique that when you write a book or anything, you imagine a reader, imagine your target reader, your target audience. So what I did was, I wrote for that one person, which is my future husband. So I described that person in detail in a letter to the universe. So this was another technique. This was the second technique I used. The first technique was the spell work. Like while writing the book, I was saying that my husband, my future husband, is going to read this, fall in love with me through the book, and then meet me, then find me, meet me, come and connect with me. And the second technique was, I started writing. I wrote a script. That this I did only once, not every day, not daily. I wrote a letter to the universe that, dear universe, I am grateful, I'm happy, I'm grateful, I'm thankful from the bottom of my heart that I have this amazing person in my life. And I described the qualities of my husband. whatever I want in my hand. And at that time I did not hold back, because this was a way to check if these techniques work. It worked for my clients, and maybe they will work for me. So why hold back, right? You're asking from a genie, you're asking from universe, you're asking from the divine, so why hold back? So I wrote everything I wanted in that person. And the best thing is that it took maybe around a year or something, and I did another technique, one more technique, which was, I did total 3 techniques, which was Neville Goddard's I'm happily blissfully married chanting, which I suggest to almost all my clients whoever come to me for this, with this intention that they want to get married, or they want a serious commitment or serious relationship. This is what I tell them to do. So I recorded my own voice in my mobile, where I said this manifest, this affirmation: I'm happily blissfully married. That's it, nothing more. To this person, to that person, to this particular person, no, I did not put that those kind of conditions at all. I just said I'm happily blissfully married. I'm happy, I'm blissful, I'm married. That's it, nothing more. And I would play that recording whole night like a subliminal. So many of you listen to subliminals whole night, or whenever you have time, while maybe exercising or doing anything else, you might listen to subliminals. So I used to listen to my own recording, because I believe that your own voice is more powerful when it comes to reprogramming your subconscious mind. And I needed this reprogramming badly, because my first marriage was a disaster, and I kind of lost faith when it came to love and all. So I needed this reprogramming. I needed to remove that, whatever went wrong, and focus on what can go right, what can happen. And I was not actually trying to, I was like, there was no desperation. There was like a way to see if these techniques work, a way to experiment, like a or maybe like I had nothing to lose. This was literally my attitude when I started this. I have nothing to lose. I'm single. I'm alone. I'm just I don't have anything to lose, and that is why I'm going to do this. I'm going to try to manifest the love of my life, and that's why I did not hold back. The first thing I find tall men very attractive. So the first thing I wrote, and not for a shallow reason, just to test if this works. The first thing I wrote is that he is so tall, and my husband, the person I'm married to right now, is 6'3". He is 6'2", 6'3". And when he told me his height on phone, I did not believe him. I thought that maybe he's exaggerating, maybe he's telling me more than he is. But when I saw him, and I felt like I'm almost a foot shorter than him. So when we stand together, we look very funny. He looks quite taller than me. But yeah, he definitely, and I would have settled for anyone taller than me. Like I didn't have that he has to be 6+ or something like that. But that was one thing which I wrote. Everything I wrote in that letter came through. Everything. I wrote it only once, and I kept it away. I folded it and I kept it away. I did not read it every day. I did not write every day. I just wrote it once, and I believed that it is done. It is done, it is done, it is done. I believed that, and I kept it away. And everything in that letter came true. My husband read my book, not before he reached to me, but when he reached to me, when we started talking, I told him about my book, and he's an avid reader. He loves reading. His Kindle is filled with lot of self-help non-fiction books. So he jumped into that on his own. That, oh, you have written a book. I would love to know. I would like to read it. And he suggested this, that he'll going to read the book completely, then he's going to meet me face to face. So we were talking, we were chatting, and then this, and he went through my book. He read my book, and when he read my book, he realized that whatever I went through and whatever he went through were very similar in our own relationships, past relationships. So we went through same challenges, we went through same difficulties, same problems, and we want the same thing. We want a loyal, faithful, loving person who will just fill our life with happiness and love. That's it. That's all we wanted. And we want the same things. So when he read my book, he said that that is when he decided that he's going to marry me. That is when he decided that he wants me, before even he met me. So on my second date, when we were like, we went for on the first date, which was wonderful. We spent the whole day together. Then we went on the second date. And on the second date, he told me that he wants to be exclusive with me and he sees us getting married in few months. He sees that. He started saying that I'm already imagining my life with you as a married couple. And that is when I realized how powerful my manifestation techniques were. Because in that letter, I have also written that when he meets me, he's going to take me off the market as soon as possible. He's going to be scared of losing me. He will propose to me as soon as possible. He'll say that he wants to marry me. And I wrote that in frustration because I thought that no one will do it. I thought that no one will accept me. I thought that no one will fall in love with me. I thought that people will not maybe consider marrying me. I had a lot of negative thoughts about myself. Although I used to help others, although I would uh, talk to others, myself, I had a lot of negative thoughts. So this is what I did was three techniques. Okay, the first technique was when I was writing, I believed that this is what is going to happen, and your belief is everything, right? You can do thousand techniques, but if there is no belief, if you don't believe in those techniques, it's not going to come true. It's not going to work out. So the first thing is the strong belief that this is what I'm doing. I am writing this book, and my husband, my future husband, is going to read it, fall in love with me, and decide to marry me when he reads this book. That is what I did. So, this entire book, which is 33,000 words, more than that, is like a spell work. It's a spell work that every word will make him fall in love with me. Every word will bring him closer to me. Every word will make him mine. So that's the first thing. Very powerful technique. So whatever you write is extremely powerful. The second thing I did was scripting, writing a letter to the universe. Again, a writing technique. For me, this technique works the best. For others, maybe visualization works better, but for me writing works the best. So I did this another technique where I wrote a letter to the universe, where I wrote down who this person is, how this person is, and I wrote down everything like their character, whatever I can think about, how they make me feel, how he makes me feel, how he'll approach me, how he'll talk to me, how he'll love me, everything, everything in it. As and I was not going to show this letter to anyone, so I did not hold back. I wrote everything as intimate, as much detail as possible, and I would say like 90% of it came true. Maybe 10% or 10-15% might not have come true, but I am not complaining. It's there's no complaints from my side. 90% came true. And the third technique was Neville Goddard's I am happily blissfully married, which I heard for whole night whenever, and it was playing in my mind all the time, like a song which is stuck. I'm happily blissfully married. I'm happily blissfully married. I'm happily blissfully married. Keep like constant, constant, constant. And these three techniques got me the person I am so fond of today. Brought me the person who loves me, who made me very happy. And we got married so fast, like instantly. We met in January, we got married in June. So in 6 months we were married because he couldn't wait to marry me, because that was what I wrote in the letter. That is what I wrote in the letter. So it did came true. In 6 months we were married, and now we celebrated our second anniversary. And this is actually because of since I got married, we have been traveling a lot. We have been to many places, and that is why I was not able to keep up with the YouTube content. I do read for my clients. I whenever a client approaches me, I never turn them down. I do make like I do find a way to read for them. So I was doing my client readings. I'm writing another book. I'm doing that, and I am enjoying my married life, traveling, spending time with my husband, enjoying my married life. So that is why I was not able to do tarot readings regularly, but I'm going to do this I'm going to help you understand the technique. So this was my story. I'm going to talk about my clients now in the next readings, in the next videos. And in those videos I'm going to talk about the techniques they did, what worked for them, and it might work for you also if you're going through the same things. And if you want to reach out to me for clarity, for anything, you can always come to me. I'm there. You have my email ID, and I will definitely help you out in whatever your situation is, especially if it comes to love. Especially if it comes to love or careers, I'm definitely going to help you in that. So this is what I have for today. I hope you enjoyed this. I'm going to do more such videos where we will talk about techniques. So rather than guessing, going and getting it, rather than chasing, attracting it, bringing it in, that is what we are going to try to do. Thank you again. I'll see you in my next one.